All right, what's going on, everybody? Tonight we got week 4, day 3. We got Ouroboros versus Sushi Rolls. I think we're in store for a good one here. Both teams have revamped rosters, and I think we're gonna get 3 games tonight. We got 2 casters in here for you guys today. We got Geldrin and Ario. Okay, so they're gonna take over the commentating for you guys, and I'm just gonna be hopping in and out. Real quick, if you guys are in chat, drop a 1 if you can hear them.
Played Sushi in the earlier of the season. Edu was on that team, and he just had crazy pressure with a split push.
Okay, Garen. Garen's easy to play. That recent nerf made him a little bit weaker, but it's nothing too bad. Garen is still as impressive as ever. The Ash ban was a target ban on their ADC, and Fiddlesticks was a target ban on Morrow. So all 3 were target bans. Oh, but Tox got that Vel'Koz going.
Yeah, Toscaliber's been playing a lot of Vel'Koz lately.
Yeah, and when I was playing with him, he played Vel'Koz quite well.
Yeah, he's good.
Ooh,
he's good
and that is a Fiora pick into Garen. That's a counter pick for sure. Looking at a really bruisery team. Twitch.
Yeah, we got him with the Twitch. He got a pinnacle in a game with Twitch earlier in the season.
And Smolder. Okay, Smolder in the right hands is as strong as he once was. In the less experienced hands, now that increase in the stacks required, it definitely hurts the tempo and people who were just abusing him for being broken previously.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge nerf, but it was something.
Yeah, I mean, instead of 150 stacks, you need 175 now. It's depending on tempo, right? If you're doing 10 stacks a minute, that's a 2.5 minute loss in tempo. Then we're looking at a Lux ban. That's a target ban onto Astral. So we probably will see a Seraphine out of him. What will their last ban be? Nautilus. Nautilus is such a good ban. Honestly, we've been seeing him almost every game in this tournament so far.
Yeah, Nautilus is he can just fight forever.
Okay, and we're looking at the last ban from Sushi Rolls here. Crack on my neck. Darius. Okay, another target ban onto Morrow there. Yep, there's a Seraphine pick as expected. Okay, Galio support, maybe a mid swap here. So since jungle is intending... Okay, yeah. Okay, I was right. So that's quite a lot of CC chaining. We've seen Rel do pretty good yesterday. Oh, never mind. We're seeing a Leona.
Yeah, that's some decent enough CC between Galio and Leona to engage in the team fights that they like to do.
And good thing for Galio, I always see Galio as a secondary engage rather than a primary engage, right?
Yeah, well, they got Leona.
It's really he can follow up with his ultimate on top of Leona or Shyvana when they go in.
Yeah, that's going to be huge if they're able to pull that off consistently through the game.
Ooh, Volibear into that team. I mean, maybe Volibear extends that Seraphine ultimate into the Vel'Koz, but who knows? Smolder, Seraphine, and Vel'Koz are very pokey, stay in the back line, where Garen and Volibear are very front line in your face. They don't
Well,
really
they
have
definitely-
anybody for that like mid-range, protect the ADC, like the backline kind of role. Depending on how the game goes, there is chances where the backline just gets shredded by Twitch Ultimate. Well, we'll see. Because they do have a Smolder, and Smolder can take over games once he hits that 175. That true damage to execute is just absolutely insane.
Well, we already know Edu and Mero are both really good. They've been carrying their team pretty good in the games that I've seen them play in. But we got a new ADC on their team. That might be all they needed really to be really solid all around.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, let's see. So we're looking at two relatively weak early games in duo lane. Smolder and Twitch just don't do a lot of damage early game.
Wild Rift.
That's unfortunate for Leona, since Leona really does want that early game pressure. We'll see how this goes.
Minions
Yeah,
have
well they're
spawned.
both pretty patient players in bot lane from what I've seen. Leona likes to post up and set up engages from the bush, and her team's usually pretty good at following her up on that.
Oh, already top lane being pretty aggressive with the Garen.
Yeah, I think this is what happened last night. Top lane got to fighting earlier in the week.
Okay. Jungles are on opposite sides right now, which means there probably won't be a fight for any scuttle. Shyvana's clear should be faster than Volibear's.
Yeah, her clear is definitely a bit faster than Volibear's, but they probably both want to hit level 5 before they gank.
Yeah, especially that Volibear gank, being able to take out the turret for a couple seconds, it's just so powerful. Ooh, good repost by that Fiora up in top lane. Are we seeing an early gank by Volley here? No, probably. Oh, they're going to actually end up at the same scuttle, actually.
Well, yeah, Shyvana can't contest this.
Yep. And Shyvana knows this immediately, heading to the top scuttle instead. Smolder and Seraphine doing a good job keeping their range up. Avoiding any confrontation. Ooh, Shyvana's looking to gank top lane, I see.
And I definitely would have went straight for level 5.
So would have I.
Here comes
Right now,
Volibear.
Shyvana has a slight lead on the Volibear in terms of levels. We'll see how that keeps up, right? Because Shyvana's clear speed is absolutely insane, especially with the the fireball increasing her basic attack damage.
Yeah, plus the movement speed buff.
Indeed. So in terms of gold, it seems the best. It seems that Galio is doing the best currently.
2100, yeah. I know our bot lane on Sushi, they like to farm and they like to ever carry in the late game, but I expect to see some ganks coming their way any second now. One of their teams.
Okay,
Believe-
easy turret dive there. The 4-man. Though it seems Hawks might be able to pull off a turret plating while they're backing.
Yeah, he's gonna get that one.
Yeah, trading a kill down in bot lane for a little bit of a loss of lead in the mid. I think that's perfectly fine for Galio, considering how good of a matchup he is into someone like Vel'Koz. Yep, that's a good charm.
Yep.
Galio's damage is absolutely insane.
Thought we'd see a play on bot side here.
Yep. It seems Volley chose to back off instead of gank. We're seeing some good vision control by Leona here, and double ward in that play.
Shyvana at the top with the kill.
Yeah, that was quick. I didn't even notice it.
You know, I'm surprised we're not seeing a little bit more action on bot side. I know Sushi really likes to play around them, and they like ganks, but here we go with the 2v1 with Volibear coming back in top lane. Dragon in a minute and a half.
Yeah, Volley might have been fine there, considering how low Fiora is on mana, but it's always kind of hard to fight 2v1, especially when we're already seeing a lead go onto the blue side.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he used his ultimate there and didn't get much out of it, though.
Okay, we have like a minute until objectives, and objectives can really make or break. These early game objectives can really make or break the game. Ooh, and that Ignite takes out Vel'Koz.
Yeah, that's a pretty big play there.
And that Vel'Koz flashed. So a flash just to die to Ignite anyways, that's so rough.
Got Shyvana on the red.
Yeah, we're seeing at least small leads in every single lane for the Sushi rolls here. Thankfully, a lot of the Ouroboros has a lot of late game power. Seraphine, Smolder, Vel'Koz, all very powerful in the late game.
Yeah, they'll definitely want to jump out to an early lead.
Because looking at the builds here, if I was Garen, I think at this point I would maybe try to go more of a tank build rather than the bruiser.
Yeah, they don't really have any true tanks on their team. I mean, you got Volibear and Garen can fight for a long time.
Yeah, Volibear and Garen, which both can be very, very tanky, but it seems they're both going for more of the bruiser route here with the Trinity Force, and I think that Garen's going for Black Fever here.
Yeah, got to fight on Dragon here. And Shyvana took that.
Shyvana ate that ultimate. Wow. Leona being a little bit too aggressive here, but I think she's going to get away with it.
Yeah, they're going to go try to make this play right on Herald.
Yeah, all we saw, only for a Galio kill, blue side did get that dragon, which is huge for Shyvana. So many stacks. What is it, 40 stacks per epic monster?
Yeah, I think they changed it. I think it is 40.
Yeah, let's take a look at how many stacks Shyvana has here. We're looking at 199. So one more mob, and Shyvana will have her second evolution, which will increase the movement speed gain from her second ability. That's a pretty big deal, how fast Shyvana's stacking here.
Yeah, we're at 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes, 207 stacks. Yeah, Shyvana's going to be a menace. She's stacking extremely fast, especially considering she got both objectives here.
Yeah, we got Volibear here on top, looking to help out with this fight.
See how this goes?
Coming in. Oh yeah, on Fiora.
Okay, the Fiora repost doing... Oh, using the movement speed from her ultimate. I think they're going to dive. Yeah, Garen just needs to get out of there.
Really good counter gank here by Ouroboros here. I mean, yeah.
Now let's take a look at Smolder. 72 stacks at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We're looking at the average 10 stacks per minute on Smolder. That means we should be expecting Smolder to get his bigger AoE, the faster stacks, around the 10-minute mark. Which is going to be a little bit rough if team fights don't start happening around 4.
Fiora barely got away from that Garen up there.
Let's see. Fiora was at 25 health. Literally one tap.
We got Galio with a slight level advantage over Vel'Koz here.
Alright. Currently, 6 players have their vision available to them. outside of the trinket on Shyvana, it just seems kind of a waste to not use it.
I feel like we're about to see a big Galio ult here.
Probably. Okay, Leona taking a lot of damage before that fight even starts. Same with Vel'Koz.
Nice
saw
engage by
Twitch
the Galio there.
all his health.
I thought that fight would have went a little bit differently with Galio ulting in and getting a big play
Fiora,
off of that.
does she? Let's look at Fiora's build. Okay, she's going. She is not going a split pushing build, but Fiora's ability to clear turrets is just so insane now that she can use her abilities on turrets. Yeah, look at that clear.
Red team lost a turret.
They're really threatening the spot lane here. They want this tower.
Yeah, I think if I was them, I would just give it up.
Yeah, they're outnumbered. There's no way they're gonna be able to fight back there. A dragon spawning in another minute. If Shyvana gets this dragon, it'll be huge.
And that is Tox dead to Fiora. Weaving in and out of the turret.
Red team lost a turret.
We're already seeing about a 4.5k gold lead to Sushi Rolls here. It's going to be really hard to make up for that lead considering how weak Seraphine and Smolder can be in this early game.
Yeah, especially with Shyvana having a pretty good game so far too.
Yeah, and I think Shyvana might be around that. Shyvana is around the 300 stack mark. We're looking at 278. So if Shyvana gets this next dragon, she will be at 300, and that buff to Shyvana to her final to her 400 stacks is gonna make a big difference when she gets it.
Yeah, Shyvana's also got almost a 1,000 gold lead at the moment too, so getting that and then being able to engage from there, it'll be really strong for Sushi.
Up, here comes Shyvana in bot lane going for a gank under turret. Okay, Seraphine and Smolder have ulted. Fiora getting that pick there. Smolder's dead too. Volibear flashes into the enemy team. Ooh, and it ended up being his downfall. And now Vel'Koz is stuck with a Leona. No ult, no way to escape. He's dead too.
Man, what a play right before that dragon too.
Yep, Shyvana now at 308. That's 343. If I was them, I probably would go straight for Baron, get their stacks, and just try to snowball this game to the end. Which it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they're grouping on Baron.
They're there to push up Smolder ult.
Shyvana's pretty low health
Fiora
here.
now chasing. And I think that's Seraphine dead. Yup.
Yeah, I think they're about to get this Baron too.
That's Smolder dead. Never mind. Oh! Double the never mind. And Leona gets away thanks to the power of, not Locket, but Mercury Stoneplate.
Yeah, what a good play. Sushi's
This
definitely...
this is looking like a game over. I think Sushi Rolls is going to take game one with his 10k gold lead.
Yeah, they got a pretty massive lead here. I mean, the game's not over yet. I mean, they're not going to end it right now, I don't think. But, you know, anything can happen. But they got a pretty massive lead.
And that is Vel'Koz dead. This Fiora is taking over. One... Smolder have proven that they can't handle these kinds of dives, and yet there it goes.
Yeah, that's just it's just too much. Smolder's hitting them with their ultimate and everything, and it's just not enough.
Trying his best to stop them, is unable, and will now die. That's game.
Yeah, that's game. Wow, what a performance there. That's 14,000 gold.
Blue team wins.
That Fiora really the game, and Shyvana made sure that their bot lane. A very well played game by Sushi Rolls.
Yeah, they were really locked in. 30,000 damage for the Fiora. 17,822 taken per defeat. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, 48% of his.
You look at the team fights. Sushi Rolls.
Fiora's team's damage was done.
Sushi Rolls in the double digits in team fights, and Ouroboros each had one team fight.
Yeah, 1-19
Yeah.
All right, everybody, let us
for
get
those
ready
final
for
kills.
game 2. We will be right back.
Okay, well, we got game 2. Sushi rolls up 1-0 against Ouroboros.
Yeah, let's take a look here, right? Ouroboros versus first game went 1-19. About a 10k gold difference. So we're kind of hoping that Ouroboros pulls up here, gets back their W, and makes the game 1-1.
Yeah, Sushi really got a lead early with some big plays before objectives, and Shyvana got the stacks up really fast, and they pretty much snowballed the late game
Shyvana
champions.
ramped.
So we got that Scion ban right off, and Fiora.
Yep.
Not
And
surprised to see
there's the
that Fiora
Fiora.
ban.
Ash again. Yep. These target bans are so dangerous.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. Several certain players getting focused. So far.
Yep. The Mel ban just to be safe. Mel is just so oppressive. The nerfs. Now I think the buffs are live. The most recent patch has gone live.
It has.
So even worse, Garen just got nerfed and Shyvana had just got buffed. Oh, not really. Shyvana kind of got nerfed. They increased her base attack damage though. Lowered how many stacks she gains and lowered her dragon forms like Fury Generation and powered attacks with Q. So overall a nerf, but for that early game ramping, it might actually be. I think they actually buffed her clear speed with that base attack damage buff.
Yeah, it buffs the clear speed by a little bit. I think they're mostly just nerfing her late game damage, but Shyvana is just so strong that if she gets fed early enough in the game, there is no late game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're looking here at Galio Volley. She rolls Zyra on the Ouroboros.
Yeah, Zyra does insane damage, even if you're not having the greatest game with her. Like, after you get Leandries, the damage is just
And she's
crazy.
so safe, too. She's so safe. Throw a root out, pop your ultimate, run away.
Yeah, and then those plants, they do so much damage, especially when you power them up.
Yeah.
You can't really chase.
And they can be so tanky, too.
Yeah, when you power them up, they're crazy. Like, you just don't even bother hitting them. You just kill them. Run away from them.
Okay, we're looking at Vayne Shyvana. I'm hoping that is not Vayne top. But who knows? Maybe they're planning on going up against tank here, and they're thinking Vayne top will be the right way. Jhin, I always feel like Jhin is underestimated in his level of damage in the late game. Jhin really does do probably the most damage of any ADC in the late game. He just has so much AD.
Yeah, those that last shot in that gun too, it kills.
It's absolutely devastating. The fact that it can take out a dragon at 1,200 HP. I think they nerfed it, right? They nerfed it so Jhin can't kill over 1,000 damage against an epic monster, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't catch that one when it.
Yeah, I think there was a big issue with Jhin stealing epic monsters with his fourth shot back in the day.
Yeah, it does crazy damage. I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed it.
A Tryndamere ban. And Garen. Okay. There's the Jace. Okay.
Yeah, Jace.
They target banned the Sovereign player on Sushi rolls here.
Yeah, the Jace and the Fiora.
Oh! Oh no, that poor Astral. Banning the Lux and taking the Seraphine.
Yeah, they might have to dig deep for this one.
I really do think they need a tank here in the support role right now. Unless
they're going Zyra. They're going Zyra support, I think.
Yeah, it is Zyra support Vladimir mid. Now is Morrow picking an ADC or are they? That is a Vayne top. That is a Vayne top. That's risky. Vayne top really is make or break, you know what I mean? Like, you either are going to dominate your lane and snowball or you're going to get dominated. And I think we're looking at a Yone top here. Yone is very good into Vayne.
Yeah, Yone is not going to have hardly any problem.
That is a Caitlyn top. Longest range in the game in top lane. That's even riskier because at least Vayne has that mobility, has that damage, has that.
Caitlyn just has the traps.
Disengage.
If Yone gets past them, he's just gonna go right in there and all in her.
Yeah, Caitlyn, all it takes is one Yone ult and boom, she's gone because that dash back is not enough. And once again, they really do lack a true front line here. Like, once Shyvana goes down, they're just going to get collapsed on.
Yeah, they have a really squishy team.
Especially when the Seraphine ult hits, it's going to be pretty rough, I think. But you never know. Rarely does Champ Select really determine whether a game's going to be won or lost. But it is looking like a rough game for Ouroboros is in store.
Yeah, because if they just key on that Shyvana, you know, I mean, they got Shyvana that's susceptible to CC.
And
Holy
it's
Bear,
depending on how
Galio,
this jungler feels.
Seraphine. Now, they don't really have any knockups, so, I mean, I guess Shyvana, if she really wanted to, could get Quicksilver if it was that big of a problem.
I mean, not many knockups, but they do have quite the amount of CC. You got Yone knock, you got Yone ult, you got Volibear stun, you got Galio knock, you got Galio ult, you got Jin root, and you got Seraphine root and Seraphine ult.
Yeah, I think Shyvana's going to have a hard time fighting effectively in this game with all the CC that they have.
Yeah, and then we look at the other team. The Ouroboros is kind of lacking in the CC department. They really only have, and most of their CC is more soft CC than hard CC. Like Shyvana knock is more of a soft CC than a hard CC, right?
Yeah.
And then they have roots, where the enemy, sure, they can't move, but they can still use their abilities and still use their basic attacks. The really only hard form of CC they have here is Zyra ultimate, and if Vayne does knock into a wall. Okay, Caitlyn here is putting on the pressure, as she should, in the top lane here, but it really is just Yone needs to wait till level 5 and then really prioritize just diving on top of her.
Caitlyn's going to have a hard time getting away, but, you know, we might see some help from the jungle. You know, I'm sure they know that.
Okay, Shyvana here going for the blue side. Same with Volibear. Both blue side clears here. Like before, Shyvana should be able to clear faster. But it looks like Volibear actually has the advantage in clear speed here. It might just be a matter of knowing how to do the blue buff Gromp combo here.
Yeah, Shyvana's clear is definitely faster than Volibear's. Man, she killed them off quick.
Yeah, even with the level advantage, we can see any time Caitlyn has to walk up to hit a minion, Yone is capitalizing on it.
Yeah, Caitlyn's really putting the pressure on the lane, though. I'll be trying to get as much damage.
Depending on how this goes, oh, here we go. Volibear's looking for a gank.
Yeah, he's gonna come in with a stun.
There's a stun.
Out, but it wasn't enough.
And oh, wow! I'm surprised that didn't execute.
Yeah, I thought that was it.
I mean, lucky break for Edu there.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got away. I didn't think he was going to be able to do that, but...
But now that's Caitlyn without Flash, right? And even though we also saw Flash come out of Yone, it's still going to be... Yone does have that gap closer.
You're right. Well, Yone is level 5 now, too.
Yeah, and if he takes advantage of that level difference the moment they reach lane, we might just see a death from Caitlyn anyways.
Alright, we got both jungles coming up in top lane.
Right now, Volibear should be stronger than Shyvana. Yone's looking for the pick. Okay, there it is. He has his third enhance. There he goes. Okay.
Shyvana's just waiting for her jungle to clear. To come back up. But she has full energy for her dragon.
And that's Caitlyn dead. Caitlyn took Volibear and Yone ult. It's just so risky to go something at Caitlyn in the top lane.
Yeah,
even with that.
Here comes Shyvana with the dive. I think it's a little late, but...
Yeah, Shyvana's just there to scare them off, though.
I was really surprised not to see Shyvana Bam when Volibear went in.
Yeah, we're looking at mid lane here.
Right on the jungle.
It does seem Galio having an advantage on Vladimir. It makes sense. Vladimir is one of those late game scalers, very weak early game. I'm surprised to see Galio not having a green orb already, just to deny that early game sustain from Vladimir.
Yeah, the healing on Vladimir is crazy.
Okay, I think we're just going to be seeing a fight here in bottom lane.
We got Yone diving. Yeah, fighting bot lane. Vayne, Shyvana down
Okay,
here.
so
but
they
Shyvana-
so it seems Jin was playing it smart there, maybe suspecting that Shyvana was around. No vision, but you never know. It's just smart to play like the jungler is always there if you don't know where they are. And we're looking at the vision of the team. Blue has like no vision on the board right now. Ouroboros really lacking that vision control.
Here we go, Volibear. I think he just got his ultimate. Shyvana's got hers. We're looking for that fight in bot lane.
It's looking like both teams are backing off. Both jungles just backed. It might just be pretty uneventful for a couple more minutes here until the until maybe Dragon or Rift Herald if they decide to go for the same ones.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna expect Shyvana to want to go for that dragon. I know Sushi likes to get dragons too. They're on their bot lane. As much
And
as they
especially
can.
since it's Fire Dragon. Fire Dragon is quite good for their team. That every little bit of damage to push their lead before that Vladimir and Zyra really scale into it. Yep, and as we can see, Blue does seem to be pinging Dragon here.
You got Volibear ganking the Caitlyn. Caitlyn actually was able to drive him back.
Yeah, that was impressive damage. Ooh! Taking a lot of damage from this Yone. Wow, that Caitlyn is actually tanky. Like, actually taking the hits quite well.
Yeah, Caitlyn's doing a pretty good job of surviving against Yone, but she is in a gold deficit now with 6,000, almost 7,000 gold.
Target marked.
Yeah, 600 gold difference.
Yeah,
is,
100.
Oh, there's the dive. And there's the flash. They both flash. I think that's Caitlyn gone. Yep. Okay, and
Yep.
now there's a fight for Dragon. Here, there's Galliol. Hits the Zyra. Okay, we see he'll get proc. Jin is low.
Ouroboros did a pretty good job of backing out of that though, and not making a huge play out of
Yeah,
the Galio.
exactly. They can't. They know how the enemy team likes
Got the
can
power
really
ult.
collapse on
They
them.
all
Okay,
got the
Shyvana with the that shielding from Sarasheen was disgusting.
Red team champion.
Man, Shyvana dove
Good
in
kill
and
by Vlad. Good kill by Vlad.
died
But
immediately.
that's Vlad's death. But they got the dragon.
Blue team champion slain.
So 2 for 2 and dragon. Oros did make out better there.
Yeah, not a bad play there. They're still pretty close in gold. They're only 1,000 behind, so it's pretty even.
Yeah. As I said
That's, top lane.
last
That's a top
stream,
gap.
I really do think that leads are really wishy-washy until you hit that 3,000 mark, where it's really a full item difference between teams. Okay, and now we're seeing instantly a fight for Rift Herald.
Yone diving in. Yone with the crazy
Too
damage.
close.
This Yone's getting really fed, and he's just doing crazy damage already.
Yeah,
You
and
never-
based on his item pathing here, right, he doesn't even have any crit in his build yet. Not really taking advantage of that passive yet.
Yeah, and his ability to just
But
dive in
once
past
that
everyone
Essence
on their
Reaver is
team,
grabbed, it's going to be... Whew.
they're gonna have a hard time stopping Yone from going in and doing what he wants.
Yeah, especially since their only frontline is Shyvana. And I've seen what Yone's can do. Once he gets that Essence Reaver, Shyvana might struggle. And Caitlyn somehow did not get hit by the Yone there.
Red team
But this
champion
Caitlyn is now just every time she pokes her face out is getting absolutely stomped.
Seraphine with the ult, but Ouroboros is
Oh, good play by Ouroboros in the bot lane. Unfortunately, the Galio does make it away. But maybe Vayne can be the Yone of Ouroboros. Yeah, that gold difference is rough though. We're looking at like an average almost 6,000 gold on the per character on
Yeah,
Sushi rolls,
it's,
but we're seeing that really the Caitlyn, Vayne, and Zyra are all really struggling with gold here. all being behind the enemy support.
Shyvana trying to invade. That's really risky right now.
Extremely risky considering that Volley Bear.
there
Oh no,
alone,
they're
too.
relatively even actually.
Well, she doesn't have enough energy for her ultimate yet.
Yeah. Let's see, how is Shyvana doing on sec? We're looking
And
at
here we go with Yone diving the Shyvana.
yeah,
no
that
energy
is
for the ultimate.
Shyvana gone.
Slain.
We're looking at 229 stacks on Shyvana right now, much slower than what Sushi Rolls did with Shyvana in the previous game.
Blue team champion slain.
A nice kill by Seraphine down there.
Yeah, you can just see Yone's taking over.
Yeah, he's just diving in and really just having his way right now.
Okay, we see Vladimir ulting.
All right,
They're
Vladimir,
trying to
yeah.
get a kill on Yone here, but it just doesn't work. The shielding from Seraphine saving him. I don't think anybody on the enemy team is even has anti-shield. Yeah, and no one's building towards it either. That Seraphine shielding, the Volley Bear shielding, the Galio shielding, the Yone shielding, they're all going to add up and make it really hard without something like Serpent Sting or Oceanids to really get rid of it.
Yeah, we have Zyra has Infinity Orb, but that's it so far. No anti-heal or shield on the rest of the team.
That they need anti-shield to really put up with how much shielding that team has. Like, it's not even like, sure, they have a lot of CC, right? But the real thing here is their survivability granted to them by Seraphine shields.
We got Shyvana with full energy. Volley Bear taking the jungle, trying to fight back. We got a dragon spawn and then Shyvana.
Okay, here
really
we go,
needs that.
going for. We see Volley pop his stone plate. Yeah, and stone plate. Like it's just so obnoxious amounts of shields, and we're not seeing any anti-shield coming from Ouroboros here.
We got
It
Yone
might just
retreating
boil
very
down to a
built
lack
for
of
this.
itemization.
It kind of looks
And that
like
Vayne gone, Shyvana goes into a 3v1,
Lost a turret.
taking out the Seraphine, but
Red
then
team champion slain.
dying to the
Red
Yone.
team champion slain. Blue team champion slain. Unstoppable.
Vladimir's doing a really good job at surviving though his encounters. Even
Yeah,
with
that
Yone.
pool is just it's so good. It's basically stasis on cooldown, but you can move. It seems they are going to still, even though both junglers are dead, they're both going to try to go for that dragon there. It seems they're going to be uncontested.
Shyvana actually has a gold lead over
Slain the
Volley
dragon.
Bear. 500 gold.
Yeah, she gained it after getting that kill on Seraphine. Yeah, right now it's looking like Vladimir and Shyvana are really going to be the clinches for Ouroboros here. If they get stacked enough, perhaps they can make a comeback here, considering the 4,000 gold deficit. And that's Caitlyn dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, the stasis to block the Zyra ult.
Shut down.
Ooh, and there we go. Shut down on Yone by Vladimir.
Yeah, they needed that. That definitely.
However, now the Sushi Rolls are taking advantage of seeing 3 in bot lane to take Baron.
Yeah, we got Shyvana trying to dive in and steal it, but
And
a little too early.
unfortunately, Shyvana died before it could get into the range of Smite.
Not really sure if that was worth it with your whole jungle being up.
It was risky for sure, and unfortunately, the risk didn't pay off.
A lot closer game this time though. There's not a pretty big goal gap yet.
Not yet. We're still at that 5K mark. It's still gonna be. We're gonna start seeing that fights are leaning towards the Sushi Rolls here with that nearly 2-item gold lead they have. Especially when that gold lead is mostly centered around Yone here. Now, thankfully, the gold distribution on Ouroboros is actually very skewed towards Shyvana and Vladimir, who both have very good AoE capabilities.
Yone's just diving over and over again.
Yeah, that shielding is insane by the Seraphine,
Rampage.
and it leads to the Shyvana just getting absolutely melted. And that Vladimir,
Yeah,
oh
that
my
Vladimir,
god, that
yeah,
damage,
great play.
and he's dead.
He almost got that killing guy out of there.
Yeah, so close. Just a little bit more AP and he would have had it. And I think Zyra is gone, yeah?
Champion slain.
It's not game, but I
Blue
think,
team lost a turret.
yeah, we're looking at a 10k gold lead. That just
10K.
that just put another 5k deficit onto the Ouroboros here. It's gonna be really hard to break out of such a large gap.
Polar Bear's taking Shyvana's jungle.
Yeah, it's gonna make it even harder. I really do think they're lacking from a lack of like someone to really take the hits in the front line. Shyvana is building mostly bruiser here, so they don't have anybody who can really take the hits. Whereas we see Volibear and is now building particularly mainly tank to make
Yeah,
up
looks like
for
he-
the lack of what would have been a true tank on their team.
Well, looks like he might have been going for the Riftmaker, but then went to Twin Guard instead.
Yeah, and that Twin Guard plus Heartsteel here is gonna make him quite tanky. He's probably the tankiest in the game for sure. Yeah, we're looking at 3,800 health compared to Shyvana's 2,700.
Man, he just chased Shyvana down too with the Seraphine ult. That was a good combo. They're
Red
probably
team
gonna get to Shyvana
champion
here.
slain.
Yeah, following the ult, and she's gotten collapsed on. It's unfortunate.
Rampage.
And that's right before Elder Dragon, or is that Elder? Or yeah, that's right before Elder Dragon. I think that's gonna be a pretty hard. Though Yone is dead, and we do see that Fox and his Vladimir are still alive. Potentially.
Red team has slain
Oh,
the
I was
dragon.
looking at
Yeah.
Baron calling it Elder Dragon. I'm so dumb.
They're going straight for Baron too. They're gonna try to take advantage. Shyvana's still got 20 seconds left before it revives. She's probably not gonna be able to make it unless her team can hold them off, and it doesn't look like.
Yeah, and it doesn't even look like their team is gonna try. Their lanes are just struggling from the overbearing enhanced minions here.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to make a play on this without Shyvana.
And they really can't afford to let the enemy team get Baron either.
Has slain Baron Nashor.
We're at 8 turrets to 1 with Team
Yeah,
Sushi
it's
on.
23-9. They did do better this game, but it's still a 10k gold difference. Well, more like a 9k gold difference right now. But it's gonna be really hard to stop a team that has 9k over you and Baron. Especially
Yeah,
when they have the enhancement and you're down 2 turrets. And that is Vayne. Vayne is dead.
Blue team champion.
And so is
slain.
Zyra. Yep.
Red team double kill. Blue team champion.
So now
slain.
it's 3 defending against 5. The 5 have Baron and a 10k gold lead. It's
Unstoppable.
Yep, and there goes Shyvana. So now it's just Vlad and Caitlyn defending here. Caitlyn's gonna get caught out by the Yone. Yeah, we saw the flash. There goes Caitlyn. Vladimir now has to defend by himself.
Vladimir's
Here
had
comes
a
the
pretty
Jin
decent game.
ultimate. The flashes are going,
Blue team
and that's it.
champion
That's
slain.
game.
Blue team ace.
Well, what a performance! You
Sushi
know about
roll
Sushi
2-0.
rolls. They
Red team wins.
For this session.
Yeah, Sushi Rolls had a lot of changes to their team recently.
Yeah, and
a
it
lot of
seems
improvements.
their top laner is very good at taking over a game.
Yeah, he did 39% of their damage and 34,000 of it.
Yeah, wow. Just looking at the damage, Vayne only did 5,000 damage, least amount of damage in the game.
Yeah, Seraphine did more damage. That's crazy. But you were
That
looking
is
at
a
the same
very
thing again.
rough moment.
Ouroboros with 3 team fights, 8, 6, 5, and Sushi with 16, 13, 10, 13, 15.
Yeah, we're looking at it's just pretty skewed here. But good job to all players.
Yeah, good games, guys.
Better luck next time, I guess, for Ouroboros here.
All right, everyone. That is going to conclude our week 4. We start week 5 already. Next week, games will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Schedules will be out by end of weekend. Still keeping it at the 7:45 Central Time. But we appreciate everyone coming out, supporting the league, the stream, and the teams. And we'll see you guys next time.